I speak on behalf of all of Pakistan today. I have no authority to speak on behalf of Pakistan. What I do have is the moral strength, the moral courage, and the moral impetus and imperative to speak. We are a country under siege. Our Prime Minister is in jail. Our children are in jail. Our women workers are in jail. Our political workers are in jail. To the international community, I will not stop repeating this till all the women that are illegally incarcerated in different jails across Pakistan are released. To please one Maryam Nawaz, you have incarcerated Dr. Yasmin Rashid. To please one Nawaz Sharif and Shahbaz Sharif, you've incarcerated Umar Chima. To please Zardari, you've incarcerated Prime Minister Imran Khan. To what end? There are a number of videos circulating on the internet directly insulting the person of President Trump. He was said to be Pakistan's Prime Minister's first cousin, which is genetically impossible, but nonetheless, given the level of education in Bilawal Zardari and Maryam Nawaz, I'm not surprised that their party would make such asinine statements. But what is more shocking, that the global community is silent. When Afghan young girls, young women, are prohibited from going to work or to school, the entire world machinery of NGOs wakes up and realizes that Afghan young girls and Afghan women are not getting their due rights. I agree. Education is the basic right of every human being. It says so in the Quran. When Mahsa Amini gets slaughtered in a jail cell in Iran, the entire world, including a member of the British royal family, wears a t-shirt supporting Mahsa Amini, as does the American government of President Biden. But when Pakistani women are abused, when they're picked up, when they're thrashed, not a single word comes out from the previous British administration or the previous Biden administration, the lame duck administration as we speak. I'm requesting you all to wake up. We're a nuclear nation. We're about to go on a peaceful march for our lives tomorrow, for our honor, for our country's survival. We are sick of imposed wars. We are done, as Prime Minister Imran Khan said, being your hired gun. We're not interested in shouldering the blame and the burden of your wars and your bloodshed. We don't want anyone to die, but in particular, why should my voter, my taxpayer, my Pakistani die, whether he be a soldier, a police officer, or a civilian? All the embassies in Islamabad, you're aware what's going to happen starting tomorrow. Islamabad is getting shut down for days, weeks maybe. We are relentless. We intend to pursue our freedom, the same freedom that you made us agree to. You asked us to sign on to the UDHR. I asked us to sign on to the CEDAW. You asked us to sign on to different UN conventions. Why is it that they only apply to the poor people of Pakistan, not to the rich, not to the corrupt, not to the dynasties? Why do you, the G20, the G7, the Europeans, the Biden administration, why do you support the genocide in Palestine? Why do you support the bombing in Lebanon? Because I can assure you, if those of you sitting in Islamabad have any idea about Pakistan and the Pakistani people's fighting spirit, we will not back down, not for a second. So please, for those of you who still have some sanity left, think about it. Let peace prevail, let sanity prevail, and allow us to breathe as a free nation. Because if we are not given our due rights, we will fight. That is a given.